Alright, picking up where we left off in our barbarian adventures. I've still got my ridiculous buffs in play, including fishy. A little bit of that's going to go to waste on this, but that's okay. Oh, I have an extra greasy slider lying around. Oh. Okay, let's see. Wait. Oh, there it is. 1, 2. I should have logged in yesterday and emptied a few of these. Then I'd have more bottles today. I didn't log in yesterday. Let me see. So we need the extra greasy slider. Sliders. Another one. Okay, we're good. Let's do this. 4 bottles. Alright, so we've been all over the temple. We've been, where's my... Oh, there they go. Oh, wait, there was something. Hold on. No? Oh, wait, there it is. Aha! New powers. Mighty shout, one adventure. There's nothing like the adrenaline rush brought on by good battle cry. Crackrock's own battle cry, incidentally, was battle cry. He had discovered that it didn't matter much what you shouted, so long as extra loud and had a vowel at the end. Plus 100% muscle and moxie. Not the greatest buff for a sorcerer, but okay. Hey, how's it going? How are you doing, demon? Let's try a furious cleave. Looks like I could have shouted again, but the MP cost went up. With a furious roar. Well. Welcome to Kingdom of Loathing. A stick figure... Do I call it an MMO? Not really. Sort of, I guess, technically. It's also structured a little bit more like an idle game in some ways, I understand. Sort of. Anyway, it's a stick figure game that's all about... It's a giant parody of all sorts of things. And shows everything in the worst possible light, basically. At the moment, I'm using... You know that water in Dune? When the sandworm dies. Anyway, you know the stuff that lets you see your past and your future and your ancestors and their lives and everything? Yeah, I drank some of that, and I'm living the life of Conan the Barbarian. Basically. Crackrock's the Barbarian. As he wanders about the jungles and barbarians it up, I guess. Anyway... Whirling his heavy blade in the air, putting every ounce of momentum, weight, and muscle behind the edge of his sword, he smashed his enemy with a mighty cleave that had been known to shatter granite boulders. And it really sucked. So I'm just gonna blast with my magic again. Oh, I am a mighty sorcerer, level 20 sorcerer. In this case, I cast piping hot Alfredo sauce at the thing. The elements include hot, cold, spooky, stink, and sleaze. Those are the 5 elements that this game deals in. I've already killed the Wumpus. Why would I want to go back into this cave? I've already defeated the Wumpus. Why would I come back into this cave? It's just going to drop me down a hole. Oh my gosh, straight into a hole. Oh wait, no. Hold on a second. Yeah, no, I fall down a hole. I get hurt. Yeah, okay. I was wondering if now that the Wumpus was done, if I was going to go someplace new. But no, of course not. I gotta just stop going into that place. It's terrible. No. We gotta find that ancient city again. Oh, hey, look, a banana peel. Oh, joy. Combat item. Its effect, it just has the word comedy with an exclamation point. Ah, the humble banana peel, bane of vaudeville comics everywhere. Is there some inherent property in the banana peel that makes it slipperier than other fruits? Or would an orange peel discarded on the ground be equally dangerous? But as oranges are less intrinsically comical than bananas, less humorous. Obviously, some serious scientific investigation is warranted. I also apparently stole the baboon's milk. I milked the baboon after I beat it for some reason. Wow, that's pretty lame. Okay. Okay, here we go. The Forgotten City. Alright. I've got a grappling hook. I've got that... I got a crystal glowy thingy, right? Okay, let me see. I've been down the well, fought an octopus. There was a giant bird on the tower that I couldn't find any way to fight yet. And then there's a locked door with a couple of levers I couldn't get into. I don't think there's anything else in town. A storehouse. Anyway, hey, Zerius, how's it going? Serious. Alright. I'm going to try going down the well. It's probably just going to be an octopus again, but, Wait, did I leave my grappling hook here? I left my grappling hook here. I can take it back up. I'm going to try climbing down again. Okay, peered down the rope, not long enough to reach all the way. The octopus is dead. Okay, well, I thought it was just going to be an extra. Broken stonework scattered about made the drop too risky to use as a shortcut. How is it a shortcut? I thought I'd be exploring. All right, well, I'll just take my grappling hook back. Being a man of action, Crackhawks didn't care much for wandering around silent ruins looking for keys and whatnot. He decided he'd return to the jungle and seek a little action, and then return. Yeah, because he has no patience. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Yes. Keep going. Okay, here we go. What could I do with the grappling hook? Okay, I tried pulling the lever. Oh, hey, there you go. Oh, that makes it so easy. Well, I mean, obviously. That's what I had wanted to do the last time I came here. I just hadn't realized that he left the grappling hook like a big dummy. Why would I need to even pull the levers then? What else could this grappling hook do, I wonder? Let's do it. I swing the grappling hook in a wide arc and launch up to the top of the wall. It reaches easily, but it fails to grip and you pull back. You try several times the same result. It seems the inside edge of the wall must be especially rounded to prevent grappling hooks from gaining purchase. That is bullshit. That is bullshit. Alright, well, I can't get in unless... What? Ill-suited to scavenger hunts and puzzling nonsense indeed. He's trying my patience, that's for sure. Come on. Give it back. Put me in there again. Come on. Oh, hey, an ancient stone fist. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna run out of adventures in the... Yep, wasted an entire bottle. I've only got 2 left. Come on, give me the place. All right, we'll try the tower with a bird. I only went there once. Let me see. Wait a minute. Did I ever go west? No, yeah, that's the warehouse. I haven't tried eat. Okay, the only difficult thing about it is a giant bird lizard thing, which is still whooping around the tower, waiting to dive bomb you. Oh, hey, I can fight it. You begin to climb the tower again, watching for the giant bird, because last time I had tried it, the pterodactyl had just knocked me down. As you reach the midpoint of the climb, it appears right on cue with a noisy squawk and a beating of its giant wings. This time, though, you're ready for it. Grabbing the coil of rope from your shoulder, you leap at the bird, swing the grappling hook at its head. Oh, that's That sounds like something Link might do. I always say this. I have been given more games than I have time to play. Probably by at least a couple orders of magnitude at this point. I've been given a lot of games. So I make no promises when I'll get to anything anybody gives me at this point. Like, seriously. Like, I have so many. Not to mention a whole shit ton I want to do Let's Plays of that you know, are games I've played before. Or that I bought myself. Leap for the board, swinging the grappling hook at its head. The horrible creature screeched angrily as the rope looped itself around the beast's neck. Crackhawk slowly climbed towards the avian monster until he was near enough to grab its leg with one hand and draw his sword with the other. Shadow of the Colossus. Pterodactyl. Yeah, I figured some sauce would do it. Uttering a final pained squawk, the bird-lizard thing crashed into some trees on the edge of the ancient city. Battered, but largely unharmed by the rough landing, Crackhawks climbed down from the tree and back to the forest floor. No, we gotta do the town. Okay, yes, okay. It was west, north. Climb. Memory of a half-moon stone circle. What is this? This is half of an engraved stone circle. There's another one somewhere then. Whole thing would be about yay big. I know that's not a very accurate measure, but come on, it was a long time ago. Oh dear. So there were 2 slots with the levers. I have half a stone. Oh shit, what am I supposed to do with this? I guess I should just, because there's no place else for me to go, I guess I should just go up and rub it on the wall near the levers and see if something clicks. Pulling yourself up onto the flat tower roof, Crackrocks noted without surprise a large nest containing a light brown egg the size of a wine barrel. He briefly considered hurling it off the tower out of spite. No! Start a fire and cook it! Come on, a hard-boiled egg the size of... Oh, man, wouldn't that be amazing? Or he could do deviled eggs with it. But decided he couldn't be bothered. Far more interesting was the stone chest over to one side of the platform. He pushed the heavy stone lid off the box and discovered a large stone disc, perhaps half a hand's width in diameter. Yes, but is that the size of my hands or Crackrocks' hands? Because his hands are probably like... Hey, how's it going? I killed a pterodactyl with a grappling hook. And sauce. Appears to be broken, the other half missing. You stash it in your pack and make your way carefully back down the side of the tower. Finding the quiet ancient city to be a bit disquieting, Crackrocks decided to return to the jungle to stretch his legs, or rather, his sword. Unfortunately, I'm just about out of bottles. Also, I stopped going into that cavern, the Wumpus Cave. I killed the Wumpus once. Why would I ever need to do it again? I don't know. Maybe there's something else in there and I need to go there. I'm not sure. Alright, we can't climb this. I have half a moon. What do I do? Alright, well, we can't... Oh, come on! I hate his impatience. Alright, we're gonna try... Oh, did I run out of MP? Fine. Bip bop ba bop ba da bam boom. Fine. I'll just drink 8 cans of Mountain Dew. That's what I do when I want to recover my MP. Dreadmorians would have used... Crap, alright, we're on the last one. Would have used alcohol for some reason. Huh? Oh, you mean this? I was just saying... Hey, here, one sec. I'll make a visual representation. I have been gifted a lot of games, on top of having purchased a lot of games. And I don't know when I'm going to get to any particular one. So I was just warning that when you buy me games, I have no idea when I'll ever get to them. I always try to make that clear to everyone, because just, I mean, This is just Steam. Those are just the ones in my own, not even other ones that I've got access to down there. I mean, I want to play XCOM, and I really want to do Enemy Unknown and 2. Like, most of these games I haven't played. I've got 2 Wizardries here. Actually, War Machine Tactics was really cool. I only poked it once. Wargroove, I'm seriously considering doing this very soon. I actually want to replay this one as a crazy vampire. Like just so many. And then there's a ton of other games that aren't here, like PlayStation games and just all kinds of stuff. So many things. So I always make it real clear, like, I have no idea when I'm getting to anything these days. I just don't want any false pretenses, okay? Yeah, I used to have very few games on Steam. I picked up a handful a couple of times that were on sale, but then I started, people would start, like, here, have 6 games. Holy shit, these are 6 RPGs. Each of them is probably 20 hours long or something. I don't know how long they are, but RPGs usually take a while. Here, have 5 more games. I've never even heard of these. Okay, thank you. And that kind of thing. Also, of course, sometimes game devs are like, here, would you play my game? Sometimes I say yes. I actually have one that actually sounded really interesting that I'll be checking out when I finish Kingdom of Loathing. I'm going to do a week of first impression videos, and that'll be the first one. It's a beta that looks kind of... It was described... Okay, the pitch from the company was XCOM meets Faster Than Life. I don't know if I believe that that's possible, but the screenshots looked good. Looked like something I'd be interested in, so, you know. Anyway, I'm on my last bottle, and I really want to complete the Barbarian's adventures. Okay, so if it's not... I went up the tower. Okay, yeah, there was a section of town I haven't been to yet. Okay, here we go. Crack Crocs noted the 2 buildings... Spotted the 2 buildings you noted before. 2-story structures that remained relatively solid. Okay, so... Alright. South. Okay, the other half of the rock thing must be here, right? Small house-like structure has been almost entirely overtaken by the encroaching jungle. Large holes have formed in the crumbling masonry and were nearly filled in again by creeping green vines that covered the inside walls, and tree branches that spread and crisscrossed the ceiling, supporting and occasionally replacing the ancient wooden timbers. A small flight of stone steps lead to the upper floor, and a matching set led down into the basement. Oh, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Oops. That's embarrassing. And that's not the first time I've made that mistake. And it probably won't be the last. Okay. Well, I'll take a look at the, screenshots for it at least, and like I said, you know, maybe we'll see. I've taken kind of a what game do I feel like playing now approach to which game I'm playing next, so I shouldn't have gotten any quieter. I haven't touched any of my settings. Let me see. Okay, okay. Upstairs or downstairs? I'm gonna go for the roof first. The upper level of the building is even greener than the downstairs was. Well, I mean, why was the downstairs greener? There wouldn't have been a lot of sunlight for it. Are we going to be attacked by a giant man-eating plant that's filled this entire building? The entire roof is missing, and creepers, vines, and branches spread everywhere, drinking in the sunlight. You step carefully, keeping an eye out for patches of floor that have rotted away without support of tree branches pushing up from the level below. And this is where we find a snake. I was actually going to say a snake. You begin to brush aside the vines and creepers, fully aware of the fact that narrative law dictates that one of the vines should unexpectedly be thicker than the others and hiss at you. So this is, of course, what happened. Far be it for us to fly in the face of tradition. However, in an effort to prevent total cliché, this particular snake is nearly large enough to eat you while you're riding a horse. Okay, it could eat me while I'm riding a horse. You didn't say it could swallow a horse and rider, so I assume it just swallows me and the horse runs off. Darn. Popping your ribs back into place. Nothing. Nothing! Alright. We have to go downstairs. Then we've got another building, and I'm going to run out of adventures any second. Okay. East. I chose north? Yes, I chose north. I did not choose north. I chose south, and I went upstairs, so now we're going to go downstairs. The basement was featureless and empty. Any provisions or artifacts that might have been stored here are long gone. The only item of note was the entrance to a small tunnel at the base of the western wall. Crackox crouched down on his hands and knees and crawled into the tunnel, which appeared to be some sort of access tunnel or maintenance shaft. It quickly became too dark to see. Well, bring a light source! No one in this game carries a light with them! And further, the tunnel began to slope downwards. Fortunately, just as the barbarian was beginning to get annoyed, the tunnel opened to a cavern. Crackox stood to brushed himself off. The cavern formed... Did I just wander into the Wumpus Cave? Is this a back entrance into Wumpus territory? The cavern formed a hallway to the west, 12 or 15 feet in width, and a little less than that in height. Looking around, Crackox noted some strangely glowing green moss that illuminated the cavern. There you go, with pale, sickly light. Ah, the best kind of light. There seemed to always be glowing moss, or rocks, or crystal, or mushrooms, or something. Crackox had stopped bothering to carry a torch around with him a long time ago. Oh. The game's all like, I heard what you said about light sources. Screw you. Well, I mean, I got only one direction. Here, the westward tunnel stopped at a T intersection with branches to the north and south. Okay, so all right, let's take north. Oh no, this is going to be super complicated. The tunnel opened up to a huge cavern containing an underground lake. Stone pillars rise out of the lake at irregular intervals to support the ceiling far above. There's a thin beam of light shines down from a hole in the roof. It appears that, following your fight with a giant octopus, its thrashing death throes knocked down several of the pillars. They landed in such a way to provide a makeshift bridge to the other side of the lake, where you can barely make another tunnel entrance. Okay. Huh. The main, indeed the only feature of the large cavern chamber is 2 stone blocks hanging from the Wait a minute, hold on. I went west. That would put me in the town. Okay, and then this would be under the town square. And then I went north. I should be approaching the locked doors, actually, where the levers are. 2 stone blocks hanging from chains near the rear wall. The blocks rest on 2 stone shelves that project from the face of the wall high above your head. Above the blocks, each chain is fastened to the wall with what looks like some sort of mechanical clamp. Unclamp them? Oh, wait. There are levers and a door, so this might be the mechanism for that. I might be directly underneath it. Crackox regarded the stone blocks for a moment. They seemed to be part of some sort of counterweight system. If he had a reason for doing so, he could probably reach one of them with his grappling hook. However, he couldn't think of any reason. Doggone crack rocks! Why are you so dumb? That's the only thing up there. Smash! Oh my gosh, we smashed it! With no small amount of satisfaction, Crack Rocks kicked the ancient chest, smashing the rotten wood boards like ancient rotten wood boards. Picking through the rubble, he found half a broken stone disc. Yeah. Okay. Alright, hold on. Let's try pasting the two together. It would be M? Memory, no, I can't stitch them together, huh? Really? Really? Why not? Nope, I can't paste them together. I still have this glowy crystal, too. I could use that as a light source. I don't know what that's for, either. No. Give me the town again. Yes. Okay, all right. Let's try it. No, I have the two things, don't I? Let me read it again. Solid and shadow glue sunk into deep style. Two geometrically shaped holes in the stonework. What shape? What shape? Geometrically is not a shape. Triangle is a shape. Square is a shape. Two half circles would be shapes that I'd have an answer to. I'm just missing a lever. Okay, all right, let's... All right. Don't get impatient on me. You're going to go to the other building. Now we have an up and a down. Small stone building looks to have once been a house, though other than some ancient clay pots, empty. Well, smash them! They might be full of rubies and hearts. No furniture or other decorating remains. A stone staircase built in the wall leads upstairs, and the ancient timbers forming the door on the upper level seem solid enough to support your weight, even after all this time. Across the room from the stairs up, another set of stairs lead down to the basement. Aha. Hold on. Key. Okay, hold on. I smashed the chest, so not the chest. I don't remember needing a key anywhere. There must be a place I needed a key. Oh. I'm walking around town in my head right now. I can't think of any place I needed a key. Must be the basement of this same building, right? Crack Croc strode up the stone steps to the upper level of the building. We're out of time for today. There's no way I'm getting back into the ruins again. It was open to the afternoon sky, the roof having long ago been lost to the ravages of time. There was little to see here, apart from some more clay pots in the small corner. Crossing to examine the pots, you hear an alarming creaking from the elderly wooden timbers beneath you. Stepping as lightly as possible, you quickly open and examine the pots to find a rusty wrought iron key. You pocket it and turn back, just in time for the creaking of the floor to turn into a crack. The floor collapses beneath you, dumping you unceremoniously in the room below, fortunately unharmed, except for a slight bruising of your pride. Come on, give me the city one more time. No, we're done. I don't suppose that the bottles, after they've been drank, were saleable, were they? Nah, it wouldn't be. Couldn't be. Nope. Alright, we're gonna have to go. Wait, did I do all that while wearing the old scuba tank? Okay, still fishy. Okay. Checking over my buffs, and I find them wanting. So, I'm gonna go over here. And I'm gonna use a vial of blue. I'm gonna use, actually, a bunch of them. I don't want to mix them together and power them up into amazingness. I just want... Okay, and possibly the most important is the red. Okay, excellent. Then I'll go over to my thing over here. Ball pit! Okay, we have 1,800 hit points. Nothing can stand in our way. I'm in the wrong tab. Let's go over here and... Where is it? Fully charged. Okay. Okay. Let's talk to Grandma, or Grandpa, as promised. Okay, so I've got this list over here of things I can type in, so I'm just going to keep typing them in. Hopefully he'll give us something useful sooner or later, since we did the octopus, right? I haven't asked him about the wreck yet. Eh? What's that, kid? Oh, you mean old Fitzsimmons' wreck? Let's see, it must have been back in 47. No, it was 48. I remember, because that was the year the Red Tide won the big water polo championships. Old Twinkie and I hitched our way to the big city to see the... Oh, that fork. Where was I? The big city to see the game. It was the Red Tide playing against the dullest squids, and let me tell you, that was the game of a lifetime. Now, see, Twinkie had a big sack of sandwiches that his aunt had made for him for the trip, you see, and half of them were cheese and onion, and the rest were onion and cheese. No, seriously, come on, you can do better than that. We called him Twinkie because he was tall and thin, like one of those things you put in the corner and hang hats on. Now, like I said, he had a big bag of sandwiches, and we were hitchhiking into town to see the big game, Squids versus Tide, and round about the third inning it happened. And danged if I don't still remember it like it was yesterday. See, big Georgie Conway was up at bat for the Squids, and I say it was the third inning, but nowadays you'd call it the eighth. That being before the Water Polo League rules restricted the structuring they did the convention of 51 when they stopped calling them quarter innings and renumbered them. And let me tell you, I don't count much for that way of thinking. Ruins the suspense to my mind. Anyway, Conway's up to bat, and he has this steely glint in his eyes, the kind you don't see anymore on those modern ball players, all gone soft from them ridiculous salaries they give 'em. I tell ya, we didn't even have numbers that big in those days. Why, that was when water polo players was in it for the thrill and the glory of the game. And what would you do with that kind of money anyways, I ask? But you could see from his eyes that he meant business. Yes, sirree! And he nodded the pitcher just as polite as can be, and pointed his bat at the far wall of the stadium, and the pitcher round up and hurled an old beanbag. And when Conway swung, well, dang if you couldn't feel the current all the way up in the bleachers there. Twinkie and I was eating those sandwiches, cheese and onion, you'll recall, and those bleachers were as good a seat as anywhere in the arena, and you could get a ticket for a nickel and still have change for popcorn. Anyway, Conway struck out, and the Tide went on to win the series. Hell of a game it was, yep. What, the old Fitzsimmons wreck? What's that got to do with water polo? Pay attention, kid. Are we ready for another one? Are we? Are we prepared? Are you prepared to ask him for something else? I still don't know how to make sand dollars. What? You think those unholy divers are scary? Oh, back in my day, they were just divers. Nothing unholy about them. They'd come down and they'd spread their objectivist propaganda. Really? Oh. I see. Ayn Rand as divers? I don't quite get how that goes together, but okay. And then they'd skedaddle back to the surface. Because people back then knew their place in life, and they accepted it. It's not like today where you've got those snot-nosed merkin princesses trading their voice for legs to walk on land. Couldn't get through this without a Little Mermaid reference, could we? Nope. Back then we knew it was better down where it was wetter. Take it from me. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the divers. If you ask me, things went wrong for them when they took up with those creepy little girls. You'll come to no good when you start hanging around freaky, unnatural children, so in other words, children, and you'll come to plenty of bad. Those little girls with their needles and their drugs, well, they're no better than they should be. Scratch that, they're not even as good as they should be, and they should be pretty good. Oh my gosh, he's so wandery. I'm waiting for something I can use. Sooner or later, he's going to babble something that's going to open up a new area or give me some clue what I should be doing or something. I hope. I think. Maybe. Okay. Let's just move on. Alright. What about the reef? You'll avoid those good-for-nothings if you know what's good for you, kid. Nothing but idlers and wastrels, sorry. Idlers and wastrels. It's just not a word you say very often. Shiftless layabouts. Oh my gosh, is everything drugs with this guy? Jackets, bicycles. There's nothing useful here again. Their hair. Long like it never saw scissors in their lifetimes. Alright, let me see. Alright. Beauty and the Beast time? Yeah, there's a few of them down at the trench. Quite a few, actually. Must have been a jilted Southern ladies' cruise sometime back in the day, I reckon. You know, that reminds me of the time Johnny Two Fingers were out near the trench raising the dickens. Yes, but is this going to be... All right, we'll go through... I'll stop skipping them. Maybe there's something in here. Let's look. I bet there isn't. Had it about 4 feet up. When who should come along but old Walleye Bill? Walleye Bill? Bill was about the orneriest cuss in the town in those days. Seemed like he couldn't stand to see anyone having a good time. And since he had double vision on account of his eyes, that made everything twice as bad in his mind. Well, old Bill started kicking up a ruckus. And that poor old ruckus never did anyone no harm that I could see. But me and Johnny Two Fingers weren't going to put up no fight against Walleye Bill. No, sir. Not if we wanted to keep our gills on the sides of our necks like we did. So, we hightailed it out of there, about as fast as a piranha on pork chop night. And when we stopped swimming, we discovered we was way further into the trench than our folks would have permitted if they'd knewed. But we sat ourselves down on a rock to rest a bit before heading back, and wouldn't you know it, one of those drowned ladies drifts up out of nowhere, wailing, who's got my golden arm? Which, in retrospect, was a mite odd, since her arms were pretty normal. well, as normally you'd expect anyway. But I don't mind telling you, the water got a fair bit warmer where we were sitting. I see. Okay. If and you know what I mean. And we lit out of there like a greased electric eel. I thought your eels weren't electric back then. You told me your eels were not electric back then. Oh, you're an unreliable narrator now. Not only are you babbling, but I can no longer trust you. Johnny Two Fingers lost his water polo mitt, which was a right shame. But it was a darn sight better than losing your balls or being taken to balls or whatever those bells like to do with a fella. We call him Johnny Two Fingers because he had more than 2 fingers, by the way. Okay, all right. Today is World Water Day. How do we celebrate it? By drinking all the water we can? Congratulations for having a day. You don't seem particularly excited about it. Don't you spit at me. I put the water bottle down too hard. It sloshed a tiny bit out at me. Alright, let me see. Fish or fish? Not Fisher Price, Fish or fish. Yeah, I've seen those newfangled fish with their newfangled bioluminescent thingamabobs hanging out where God and everybody can see 'em. I don't take to that kind of frippery. I'll tell you that for free. You ask me, anything that hunts with one of those things is no better than he should be. But what is no better than he should be? I mean, I've heard the expression, but really, what does that collection of words mean? Why, back in my day, all we had was candles to light our way. They didn't give much light. What with us being at the bottom of the ocean and all, I was about to comment on the fact that you live underwater, but okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's always a good thing to do. There's often all kinds of difficulties with that, though, but definitely a worthwhile endeavor. I remember this one time, me and Paddy Wagon, no, wait, that was after Paddy Wagon joined the service. It must have been Jong and not and Noodly Bob. Yeah, that's who it was, old Noodly Bob, and his cartilaginous. Cartilage is but cartilaginous skeleton. You could fold that kid up and stuff him just about anywhere. I'm sure it sure came in handy when we needed to break into Old Man Skinner's tool shed. Anyway, me and Jorg and Noodly Bob we're out in the Marinara Trench, holding our candles and shivering in the dark, when Jorg decides he was going to train a passing school of halibut to spell out his name. Thing was, he wanted them to spell out his whole name, which was Jorgalina Hopscotch DeValto Margaret Jones. Sorry, I didn't notice that he had 2 more names over there. Well, those halibuts didn't take kindly to Jorg ordering them around, and before we knew it, they had beat the stuffing out of Jorg. And let me tell you, Jorg was a guy who loved his stuffing. We're talking about a pretty sizable wad of stuffing here, and not even Noodly Bob could get it all back in. Jorg was never quite the same after that. Is it nap time yet? To the mines! He really isn't going to give us anything useful, is he? This is just a giant black hole of time, isn't it? Crap, I don't have any other leads. Alright. You think you know about digging in a mine? Well, let me tell you something, young'uns. You kids today don't know squat about fun. You stay inside all day, rotting your brains and your eyeballs with your Wii box station games and your series of tubes. Back in my day, we got out of the house every once in a while. I remember all the fun me and my buddies used to have outside. Let's see, there was me and old Paddywagon and his brother Jorg and the festering twins, Stinky and Not as Stinky. We'd go out and dig in the dirt all day long, and sometimes into the night. We'd dig just for the joy of digging. We'd dig until our hands were bleeding and our mouth and nose were caked in dirt, because sometimes we'd dig with our mouths when our hands started to hurt too much. You're not selling me on this whole outside concept, sir. Nope, you're not selling me on it. I think I'll stay in here and play my Wii box station. And it was worth it, you hear me? It was worth it just to be out in the fresh water with your best pals. Just making up games and making your own fun. Oh, and sometimes we'd find a big old aquamarine stuck down in the muck. And that was the most fun of all. Legend had it that old ladies would drop them off the sides of boats or something, but we didn't care where it came from. We just knew that finding a gem meant we could hand it over to the man who watched us dig, and he'd finally let us rest and give us something to eat. I tell you, you kids today wouldn't know the meaning of the word fun. Now get off my lawn before I give you what for. That was perhaps the most horrible of all your stories yet, Grandpa. Perhaps you can surpass yourself with something even worse if I asked about clowns. I don't remember encountering... Maybe I did encounter clownfish. Ah! I said clownfish. Ah! You think you want to go messing with clownfish, little scraper? I'd wait until you're old enough to wear long pants, or you're liable to get more than your knees skinned. Those clownfish may look funny to you, Junior, but they're no laughing matter. I'm just imagining it, but instead of a clown, he's a clownfish. It would be the next installment in the Finding Nemo series. I remember one time me and my old pal Paddywagon went to the fish circus. See, we were seeing this pair of identical twins, and I mean identical, named Lavarn and Hortense. They wanted us to take them to the circus, so we took them. They wanted us to win them big stuffed fish on the midway, and by gum, we won them. You kids today with your pinball games and your ping pong tables probably don't remember how to knock over milk jugs with a baseball, but we did. And Lavarn and Hortense expressed their gratefulness in a couple of identical ways that you're too young to understand. Oh, right, the clownfish. Well, after the show under the big top, we went back around to roll in the seaweed. And there was a clownfish back there, drinking rot-gut whiskey. He fell down, and me and Paddywagon laughed at him. And they charged me and Paddywagon to a salsa-eating contest. Challenge, not charged. That was how we settled disputes in my day. None of your fist fights or Rochambeau. Just a vat of salsa per man, and may the best man win. Anyway, that clownfish ate that salsa like he was born at the bottom of a barrel of salsa, and had to eat his way out. Only long enough ago that he was hungry again, and all that he was hungry for was salsa. That clownfish walked away with Lavarn and Hortense, and left us looking like a couple of salsa-faced mooks. You steer clear of those clownfish, whippersnapper, you hear? Even the little ones are trouble. Especially the little ones. Ha! You think you know anything about nurses? Let me tell you, back in my day, we knew exactly how to treat a nurse shark, whippersnapper. We would sneak into the dive bar, and we'd buy the nurse shark drinks all night. No, that's not a typographical error. Eat whatever that is. We'd buy him one drink, and it'd last all night. Once he was good and liquored up, we'd steal one of his blank prescription pads and get into all kinds of hijinks. I remember this one time, it was me and the festering twin, Stinky and Not a Stinky, and we got a hold of the blank prescription pad, and then we hit the town. We got us some prescription-strength deodorant for Stinky, some prescription-strength mouthwash for Not a Stinky, and I wrote a prescription for myself for something special. You see, I used to have this rash that covered my whole body from my clavicles to my knees. Knee to clavicle dermatitis, I called it. But no doctor would ever examine it close enough to treat it. So I wrote myself a prescription for some extra-strength medical liniment. And before long, that rash cured right up. The only side effect was that I hallucinated for a week straight. I thought I was a set of Venetian blinds, and so I spent the whole week hanging in a window and pulling my knees up whenever someone wanted to let in some light. Those were the best 7 days of my life, let me tell you that. I cried for 3 straight hours when it wore off, and I had to be a sea monkey again. I tell you, you kids don't know how much fun it is to be in a Venetian blind. And you never will, because you're too busy with your hippity-hoppy music and your tattoos. Good riddance to the lot of you. But I like hippity-hoppity music. What? Oh, those things off of a fish. Little hard bits. Used to go to school with Fish. What was his name? I think we called him Fish. What with him being a fish and all. Anyway, Fish had this bad dandruff. Always shedding scales all the time. Maybe he had one of those diseases fish get that caused them to lose all their scales. I don't know. But those scales just poured off of the fella. We used to say if someone ever caught him and put him in a fishbowl, it'd be like an instant one of them things. Yep. Snow globe? You know what I mean. Those things you shake. Yeah, snow globe. Anyway, scales. Yep. You see a lot of those around. What with all the fish and all, you know, those fish you see around with the scales. My wife makes stuff out of them on occasion. The scales that is not the fish, well, she makes a trout almondine once in a while, so it's not like she never makes anything out of fish, you understand? But that's not what we're talking about here. I'm talking about scales. That's a damn fine meal, my wife's trout almondine. Better than anything you'll find at them fancy cloth napkin restaurants. I'll tell you that for free. But yeah, the thing is, though, you can't make stuff out of just any old scales. Not them torn up, dull-looking scales that just flake off any old fish. No, sir, you gotta get the good ones. Well, I guess you could use the dull ones now that I think about it, but your results wouldn't be worth the tinker's dam. No point in wasting your time on that rubbish. If you're gonna do something, you gotta do it right, and that means getting good scales. Assuming you're gonna make something out of scales. You know, this conversation reminds me of a fellow I met down on Madness Reef one time. Seemed mighty concerned about scales, that fellow did. Said he was an economist or something. Fella just wouldn't stop talking about scales. Scales this and scales that and scales the other. That was this fella's line. Didn't understand a word of it. I still don't know where she gets the almonds from. Okay, alright. So... It didn't open up a new area when he mentioned it. But he has given me a clue. Finally! What? No. Wrong kind of scales. Fine, I'll just use that just because. Is that it? I didn't find... So none of the fish were dropping scales? Pooh. I thought I was onto something. But I'm not. Not yet. Mer-dash-kin. Steer clear of the merkin, fellows. They'll put a spear through your bung soon as look at you. Or worse. To tell you the truth, kid, I'm might worried about those bastards. Been a long time since you saw 'em out this ways. And then just a scout or a hunter who'd wander out too far. Used to be they'd keep pretty close to that old ruined city out yonder. What ruined city? Please give me directions. Then they'd set up shop back in, well, I don't rightly remember the year, but it's so long ago, But it's longer ago than I've been alive, and that's saying something. Me own grandpappy, may he rest in peace, used to tell stories about him from when he was a tad. So it's got to be a right long time, you can be sure of it. Might be there's something to them rumors I've been hearing. Well, the less said about that, the better. Please, 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 please. Doggone it. There are more areas down here that aren't opening up. He's talking about them. Hey, Carissa. I don't even know what the AFL is. The American Football League? Alf? As spelled by someone who's a dyslexic? A tad dyslexic? The Angry Flechet League? They spend all their time making arrows? What? Alf wasn't that bad, was it? I mean, I hardly remember the show, but it can't be worth that many yucks. Oh, Australian Football League. So it's soccer. Oh, okay. It might surprise you, but there's only one sport I'm interested in watching, and it's StarCraft 2. Okay, fine. I used to occasionally a little bit with Magic the Gathering, but only a little bit for the watching. I was more of a player. But yeah, StarCraft 2 is the perfect sport. It makes all others look, well, frankly inferior. Alright, Isn't football soccer? I thought everywhere outside the United States, football and soccer were the same thing. I thought that it was only in the United States that our football was weird. Is Australian football weird too? Is it like is it played with is it like American football, or is it like its own thing, like a completely different thing? I guess I'll have to. Here, I'll take a note. Forking spoonie. Okay, copy that. I'm just gonna copy this over here so I remember to check this out after the stream, and I'll discover a new sport. I'm still probably not going to be into it though. I'm still probably going to prefer my stupid esports, when I, on the rare occasions, have time to even watch that. To be honest, I've been kind of investing 100% of my spare time into my novel. Well, okay, that's not true. I have watched a few episodes of Mob Psycho Season 2. It's really good. But otherwise, I've just been working on my novel. You have to sport the eagles. Merkin. What's that, whippersnapper? Speak up when you're speaking. Don't go around mumbly grumbling like some kind of mush-mouthed, muley-faced mime. You mumble as bad as old mumbly-type peg Fred, the Merkin fish. He said he was from the greatest country in the whole world, and that's why he mumbled that way. All he could talk about was Merkin this and Merkin that, and the Merkin way and the Merkin people. Then, when I laughed at him, he called me a terrace and said he wasn't intimidated by terrace acts. Take it from me, kid. You don't want to be like old mumbly-type peg. Mumbly. Why'd you put a T in mumbly peg? Okay, I can say mumbly peg. You had to put a T in it. You'd better knock off all this Merkin business while you know what's good for you. All right. Child Wren. You know, come to think of it, I haven't seen my daughter and his no-good shiftless husband of hers around for quite a while. I wonder where they got off to. Please, let me find them. Alright, let me try. Chip off the old block, that kid. Runs his store like a champ. He's got initiative and he's not afraid of a little old-fashioned hard work. Ah. Oh, you mean my other grandson? I don't have anything to say about that pansy. Oh my God. Oh, finally! I thought I was never going to get anything out of him. I thought I was barking up the wrong tree. Oh my gosh. Okay. One more pile of paragraphs, and we are out of this and on to adventure in the high seas. Well, the low seas. On the seafloor. No, whippersnapper. I'm Grandpa Sea Monkey. Look, if you can't tell the difference, I certainly ain't one to teach you. Don't you have parents? Or pornography? Oh, you want to know about Grandma Sea Monkey? She was a hot little number back in the summer of 23. That was the year when that red tide that wiped out most of my friends. Paddywagon kept trying to eat the algae. And eventually he went plumb crazy and jumped out of the water so high that he suffocated before he landed. Then the festering twins, Stinky and Not So Stinky, well, what happened to them was a shame. A right shame. It shouldn't happen to someone that young, you know. I mean, I'm old now. I don't care much if I live or die. But those festering twins, well, the less said about that, the better. Could it be that they're called festering twins because of what happened to their bodies? So anyway, it was the summer of 23, and me and Noobly Bob, he survived the red tide because he always had a migraine headache after that for the rest of his life. Me and Noobly Bob went to one of them newfangled dance halls to see if we could pick up some women. That's where I saw her, there on the dance floor, and I thought she was the sexiest thing I had ever seen. Now, mind you, she wasn't doing the dancing you kids do nowadays, where it looks like you're trying to roll in the hay while right there on the dance floor. No, she was from the West Borough, a flapper dance, and she was flapping like nobody's business. I scooted in and we cut the rug for a while, and after they threw us out, apparently it was a pretty expensive rug, I introduced myself. I knew we were meant to be as soon as she told me her name was Grandma. It just seemed like kismet, which is foreign speaks for we should get to sucking face like a couple of barnacles. Before too long, we got ourselves half Nelsoned. Wait, what do you kids call it these days? Going steady? Right. Back then when you loved a girl, you would go down on one knee, and she would get down on all fours, and then you'd put her in a headlock, and if she couldn't get out of the headlock for 30 seconds, then you were half Nelsoned. Is that how you date women? Ah, I see. I'm going to have to try this technique out this weekend. Ah, she was quite a spunky little spitfire, was Grandma back in those days. You know, come to think of it, I haven't seen her in the last week. At least a week. She was going to go play some bingo over at the Our Lady of Perpetual Motion Church. But those games usually only go on for a day or two. Certainly feels like they go on for a day or two. I was dragged to a bingo game once. To a bingo hall, and I couldn't escape. I don't understand the appeal. No, I'm serious. There are so many people in this town, including quite a few I've worked with, that are really into bingo. They also all happen to be old ladies. Pretty much exclusively, actually. And while I was there. But anyway, I ended up at one once, and I really can't comprehend the appeal. some people would buy like 6 or more of the things and be running them all at once. And I'm just like, yeah, but it's just there's no gameplay. There's no strategy. I don't know. I mean, I have the kind of personality where I imagine that I could be completely consumed by gambling. Like, it could happen to me, maybe. But it wouldn't be slot machines, and it wouldn't be bingo. Those have no effect on me at all. It would have to be something where I had at least imagined that I had some kind of strategy going on. I've kept myself away from gambling because I don't trust myself. So I've never actually found out if it's a weakness or not. Because as I stated, I don't really trust myself. I think it's important to know your limitations and be careful in life. If there's any reason you suspect, if you had a reason to suspect that, like, if you had just alcoholism just runs in your family, for example, just don't touch the shit. Just don't go near it. It's like, I see, I have, yep, grandpa, great-grandpa, great-great-grandpa, both father and mother, yep, no. I really think people should live more like that. Like, holy shit. Anyway, it's the reason I mostly stayed away from MMOs, is because I knew they would be a weak point for me. I knew the MMOs would get me if I let them. One of them still got me for a year. Alright, let me see. I sure hope them dad-blasted merkin didn't get a hold of her. They've been coming closer and closer to our castle, and let me tell you, I'm not prejudiced against any of God's creatures, but I've never met a merkin that wasn't a no-good, good-for-nothing punk. Grandma isn't a hotsy-totsy kitten she was in the summer of 23, but I'd still hate to think of what degenerate, genetically inferior to me merkin might do to her. Not that I'm racist. Now that I think about it, I'll bet those lousy merkin up and kidnapped her. They probably took her to their outpost, which is way too close to the castle. Oh, dear. Okay, merkin outpost. Finally. It's time for adventure! Oh man, Steve Day's shanty of superiority's about to run out. A walker and a ranger hold the Texas. Grandma's note. As you sneak through the merkin outpost, you see a bizarre set of footprints in the sand. No, they're not bizarre, because sometimes there are one set and sometimes there are two, and you don't feel particularly enlightened looking at them. No, what's bizarre is you see normal sea monkey footprints, but intermixed with them are pairs of circular impressions. So somebody with 2 peg legs? Following her? Sometimes? Why are you walking? You can swim, you know. And behind each pair is a pair of semi-spherical impressions. You stare at them, gears spinning furiously in your brain. It's a good thing you're underwater, or smoke could be pouring out of your ears. Work, brain, or I'll stab you with a Q-tip. I've seen that on t-shirts. Let's see. A halfling lay here. His hands were tied. No, that's not it. You bend down for a closer look and see a scrap of paper stuck to one of the footprints. You pick it up and see a cryptic message scribbled on in a spidery old lady handwriting. Look at the footprints again, and realization strikes you with the force of a hippo with a gland problem. Those prints could only have been made by a sea monkey using a walker with tennis balls on the 2 back feet. Grandma's sea monkey must be around here somewhere. You follow the tracks into a nearby couple of tents, but they abruptly stopped, erased by a merkin's tail. Those contrary bastards. Okay, quest item, Grandma's note. This is a note from Grandma's sea monkey. It's in some kind of weird code that you can't make heads or tails of. Looks like this. 1. Chapter 3, work 15 DC into center circle, SLST on top of Chapter 3 to join. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking at either, so maybe it'll make sense later. A burglar! This is a guy who goes around stealing merkin stuff. No, this is a merkin who steals other people's stuff. He's like a cat burglar, only instead of sneaking around like a cat, he sneaks in like a merkin. Basically, he's wily, elusive, and a total pain in the neck. He tries to steal your knee. He tries to steal my knees? That crosses the line from being a thief. It really does. Blast him. With underwater sauce. A merkin healer. This merkin is a lowly level 1 gammon in some sort of weird merkin religion. Currently, he has rid himself of his negative mental energy that would allow him access to deeper secrets of the religion, but he's currently saving up sand dollars. Yes, please. I need those. So he can buy the next level of enlightenment. Still, even as low level, he's come to some pretty impressive healing and telepathic power, and what little he knows the deeper mysteries is some pretty freaky stuff. He pauses to clear his mind of negative energy, and clears his bladder of some urine. Oh, don't pee in the pool. You know that you're all living in a giant toilet, right? The entire ocean is one giant toilet for all the things that live in there. You all understand that, right? Y'all are cool with that? I mean, I'm not going to judge. That's how you want to live. I mean, you know. This is a heavily muscled, armored slab of merflesh. He's not interested in lost arks, unless raiding them involves beating up people and kidnapping helpless old ladies. Most merkin are wily little jerks, but this is a jerk with an inversely proportional muscle to IQ. I see, he's got a room temperature IQ. Got it. You can't hurt me. I've got like 1,700 hit points. He shakes a spear at you. Shakespeare? What's in a name? Yep, it's Shakespeare. Had to throw that Romeo and Juliet bit in there. He hooks you with a hook spear. Okay. Ooh, hey. He raids your panties. No! That's not nice. Don't do that. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of everything. Alright, fine, I'll bop him with a pan. Got him. Really good stats here. Really, really good stats. But I'm not getting enough MP. Let's use... Oh, hey. Oh, wait, that only works if I'm a bird. Let's eat a carbonated water lily. Just to get rid of it. I'll just drink 12 of these. There we go. Tries to steal the bones in your arm. What the hell? Oh, stupid dolphins. I'll get you one of these days. I will. Oh, you want to steal the prayer beads. I don't care if you steal the prayer beads. What was that? A merkin lock key? Wait, what now? Quest item. This is a little wrought iron key. I have no idea how a merkin smith iron underwater. I guess they use one of those volcanic fissures or something. It's actually a pretty good explanation. Yeah, volcanic fissures. Still be difficult. Of course, the iron would rust. Wouldn't be the best material under the sea. Be better if you worked with bronze. A flash of color catches your eye in the murky seabed of the merkin outpost. You look down to see a half-crocheted bright fuchsia doily, with the loose end of the yarn trailing off in the distance. Your brain rapidly goes through a series of association. Doilies, crochet, houses that smell like soup, tiny dogs, plastic-covered furniture, old ladies! Grandma Sea Monkey came this way. You follow the yarn over the wires into an abandoned tent, but it stops on the other side, tangled in one of the tent stakes. You unwind the yarn and take it with you. But why, though? Well, way back in Big Mountains, there lived a fella who liked to dress in bright purple. Wait, wrong kind of yarn. This is the kind of yarn you might use to crochet something, like, say, a message telling an adventurer where to find you. Or for the kid sitting next to you in class to make a cactus out of. I really enjoyed the Master of Killing Time. I forget the character's name. The main character is just this girl, and the kid next to her in class is just doing weird shit. And it's an entire anime. It's good. He sneaks away and steals a pair of brass knuckles, then sneaks behind you and wallops you in the back of the head. Apparently he's pretty good at this whole stealth thing. I'm gonna have to actually heal. Holy crap, despite... Oh, actually, I've lost a lot of hit points somewhere along the line. My stats are dropping. How much longer can I keep this up? Uh-oh. I'll be fine. Holy crap. Ah! Slips by and heals him. I still won. Okay, it's time to buff ourselves again. Let's consider how we gonna do this. Okay. Shawarma Warm War. So this is going to give me plus 15 muscle, plus 50% muscle, 25 added to hot damage and to hot spells, and some cold and spooky resistance. Okay. What else should I do? I think I'm going to need... I think I should eat more than one. I think I should eat multiple. Okay, there we go. 90 on that. All right, what else? What else? What else? More stat boosts. No. Oh. I mean, mysticality stats per fight is nice and all, but... What is this? Come on. It does nothing. It's epic, but it does nothing. Ice cream sandwich, perhaps? Plus 50 damage to cold spells. Spell damage plus 100%. Yes. No. Crap. Is there a size 1 lying around? Fill that last bit. Why would cranberries taste chalky? That's not right. Have you ever seen how cranberries are harvested? They flood like the entire thing, and then they just run a machine that kind of beats stuff around, and then all the cranberries just float to the surface, and then they just scoop it up. It's the coolest thing ever. Alright, well, okay, not ever, but it's pretty freaking cool. Let's go to our miscellaneous. Okay, the broccoli still got more. The slimes are still running. Towering strength will go a little longer. I need to increase my casting damage. What do I have? What about this high octane carrot juice? No, that's item drops. Not good when the dolphins are stealing it all. I'm actually not seeing much I can use. I could transform my bot. that really smart? That really gonna help? I don't think it will. Not really, honestly. I don't see that working out. Then there's only one option. I didn't want to do this. Alright, let's start with violet. Okay, that's plus 100 moxie. No, that's not what I'm looking for. How'd I get moxie out of blue and red? Yellow's the moxie color. It doesn't make any sense. Yellow plus blue. Yellow plus red. Okay. Boom. Huge boost to my mystic damage. That's the damage I need. Boom. Huge boost to hit points because, you know, that helps too. And then I'll use a scroll of drastic healing, and we are good to go. Nothing will be able to stand against me now. Nothing. At least that's what I try to tell myself. Oh. Swimming slowly and cautiously along the seafloor, you sneak up to the perimeter of the Merkin encampment and duck behind a coral outcropping to watch the guards. Soon the patrols have swam away from your position, and only one bored-looking guard remains. You pick up a rock and pitch it a short distance away. You hope the noise will distract him. Unfortunately, the drag of the water throws your aim off, and the rock ricochets off a nearby banner hole and hits the guard in the head. On the right side, it turns out the rock was actually an oyster, which latches onto the guard's ear, distracting him sufficiently for you to slip by unnoticed. You creep into the main area of the camp and crouch in the shadows of the tents. Why do they even have tents anyway? It's not like it's gonna rain. Well, what if there's actually something terrible you don't know about? It's a phenomenon in the sea that causes drops of dryness to fall through the water, and they make everything that they hit dry, and it's really annoying. So you gotta put a tent up or else, you know. Yeah. 3 larger tents in the center have an important look about them. One is painted with random patches of green, blue, and beige in some sort of undersea camouflage pattern. Another is decorated with the skulls of various underwater creatures. And a third is rather plain looking, apart from the elaborate squiggly glyph on the door flap. Moxie, physical, mysticality. I bet you anything it is. You peek in the flap to make sure the tent is unoccupied. You slip inside. I don't know, something stealthy like an octopus. I am wrong. I am mistaken. It's just 3 different things. Okay, alright, fine. We got a chest. Well, I have a key. We have a cot, and we have an altar. Anyway, the inside of the tent is a bit unnerving, but you can't quite put your finger on why. I mean, the bioluminescent fish caged near the ceiling and are an unusual red breed, and the light they cast is a bit eerie, and there's an elaborate mystical circle of some kind on the floor with white pebbles that look almost like teeth, but they plainly aren't, and there aren't any dismembered corpses on the portable wooden altar, not even bloodstains. So, you know, it's a bit mystical here, but certainly nothing to make your stomach churn much. Well, if you're going to loot the place, you haven't the time to be standing around pondering the scenery. The altar looks promising. There's a small wooden chest next to it. In the far corner of the tent, you spot an austere-looking cot. Austere, that's another word we don't hear very often. I got a key. I didn't need it, apparently. Open the lid of the chest to find it disappointingly full of unreadable shark skin-bound books and equally unreadable scrolls. You raffle through them a bit, but you can't find anything else of interest. So you take one of the scrolls for the sake of not leaving empty-handed. It heals 300 hit points. This damp scroll has a few words on it, apparently written in some sort of waterproof ink. The language uses letters and punctuations that you recognize, but the words themselves hold no meaning to you. The first letter is really big, ornamentally decorated, and illuminated with gold foil. Should have taken all of them. They heal 300 hit points apiece. More yarn. More yarn. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Still gaining great stats. Ah, I'd like that heal scroll. I am not hitting hard as I would like, so I'm using too much MP. Quick question, what am I equipped in? I find this all acceptable. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with them. I was thinking seriously about putting the IV in, but nah, we're good. We're good. Merkin thingamapouch. I want that. I want that. Ow. I am taking a beating once again. I'm gonna have to pause and heal. I just want to get back to those tents. At least it's not like that stupid barbarian that keeps going out in the jungle every time he gets bored. Something expired, and the broccoli's about to go too. My buffs are continuing to wear off. I halfway feel like I should go back to the down the rabbit hole and gather more cookies by playing chess. Oh, good. He stops hitting you to help a little old lady cross the street. This takes a few minutes to tie the old lady up and write a ransom note. Alright. I'm down to 1,000 hit points. It's a good thing drastic scrolls are cheap and I have a ton of them. Okay. Come on. Tents time. You gotta give me the tents now, game. You gotta give me the tents, game. Oh, we're done. My buffs are all used up. And now I need... Well, let me see. I still got the shawarma warm war. I still got... Okay, that doesn't help me any. Wow, I'm pretty much just down to those, huh? I guess I gotta use more slimes. Oh, I don't have many. What can I do to further boost myself? Okay. That one's the hit points, which I do need, but... We'll make one more orange. Alright. Two. I know. And then I'm going to use the remaining slimes directly. Maybe I should have gotten the boost to, whatchamacallit as well. I don't know. Alright. What else can I do? I can give myself black lung. That's always a great idea, right? Oh, really? Well, in that case... that would explain why I'm having so much trouble. I was wondering... There was a song I used to have. All my songs are gone! There was a song that was boosting me as well. Okay, here's what we're going to do. That had lowered the encounter rate. Contemplating sauces. Oh. Okay, back to consumables. Where is it? I used all my Mountain Dews. Okay. And then, let's see if we can find something else for storing MP. I guess I'll have to drink the other kind of soda. I'm actually running low on things that restore MP. Alright. So... Okay. Come on. Alright. Man, we are so weak now. Question? Oh my gosh, it's super inexpensive. Oh yeah, here we go. I need this. Tomorrow I can eat all the limp broccoli I want. Unfortunately, I've already eaten all the food I can eat. But that would give me 50% more hit points. If only. If I could get some more cookies and slime and... I don't know. Okay. Let's try the altar. Carefully examine the altar until you find a catch that opens up a strange nook on the side. Within it are some incense and candles, which is a little puzzling, but maybe they're just part of the standard altar package. There's not much else to see here except the Merkin kill scrolls. A little disconcerting, but considering that most altars would have some kind of giant ceremonial dagger or something, it's not that special. Deals tremendous physical damage to Merkin. Hello, a boss destroyer. The choice for font makes the text decidedly sinister. Okay. Alright. Excellent. Makes you feel uneasy as an accessory. That's all it says, that makes you feel uneasy. It's a little string. It's a little loop of string with obsidian beads. Each bead looks like it's carved with a strange, creepy-looking symbol. The symbol that seems to shimmer and shift as you look at it with your beady little eyes. Uh-huh. Are we gonna go Lovecraftian with these? Are we? I'll reluctantly take off that. Where is it? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to recent items because I'm lazy. Alright, I'm wearing their prayer beads. I wonder if that'll have any effect. I just do not have enough hit points. But at least I still hit pretty hard. Okay, so we've done that. Let's try the skull-bedecked tent. You scuttle inside like a crab. One of those little scuttling crabs. The interior is dimly lit by a collection of bioluminescent fish swimming out of a cage hanging from the ceiling. Apparently, the occupant of the tent hasn't finished decorating, as there's a pile of assorted skulls in the corner, next to a large iron-bound chest. On the other side of the tent, a weapon rack stands next to an uncomfortable-looking cot. The chest. I have a key. It doesn't seem to matter. Breastplate. Type shirt. Given that they're more like fish than chicken, you don't really think this is part of the Merkin. You don't really think of that part of Merkin as the breast. Nevertheless, this is what Merkin warriors wear to cover their vulnerable upper torso part. Damage absorption 40, regenerate 10 to 20 hit points per adventure. Not bad. Back, but this is... You recognize that this is a garment of some sort, but you can't figure out which part of the body it goes on. A letter falls out of your pocket of this weird garment. It's a 200 class thing. I want to put it on. Letter from Melvig Gnome. This is a letter addressed to a guy named Melvig the Gnome. From Melvig's comic shop, The Big Mountains, Kingdom of Loathing. It looks like it's from Think Nerd, the company that makes toys and clothes and stuff for dorks. You really hope that this thing isn't the result of somebody expecting you to make some endless string of deliveries. Dun, dun, dun. I don't see anyone here. I don't see a new area. Okay, alright. Well, then the next thing to do... Use. Okay, now they're there. Take the letter to the Big Mountains, find the comic shop the letter's addressed to, go inside, hand to the proprietor, who you can only assume is Melvig. He reads it, then frowns and addresses you. Hey, you're one of those adventurers, aren't you? I'm not going to try to put random G's in my words, sorry. Do you think you could help me out with something? Sir, I'm helping everyone else. I might as well. Okay, well, I'm a huge fan of the saga of Professor What? Oh, Doctor Who. Okay. You probably haven't heard of it. Anyway, I saw this awesome t-shirt for it, so I bought it. But it's stuck at the warehouse again, and they can't deliver. Would you go get it for me? The what now? Never mind, it's a piece of clothing. Oh, yeah. The bards will sing for ages the ballad of brave adventurer who delivered the mail. I'm sure they will. Anyway, the Think Nerd warehouse is in the big mountains. Hurry back. All right. Third Doctor. That's the roots of the city from the serial Death to the Daleks. No, it isn't. Wait a minute. No, it isn't. No. Oh, Schneider would know what that is. He would identify it correctly. Ooh, it's so freaking familiar looking. This robot sorts all the various the various things that Think Nerd sells. You know, it separates the Haggis theme stuff from the distant lands, creepily detailed sexy figurines from the my minuscule seahorse merchandise. It's got a huge scoop on the front connected to a vacuum hose, so it can probably suck up merchandise and vomit it back onto the proper shelves. It's probably best not to anthropomorphize it too much. You'd expect a robot does this job to have a bunch of automated arms, but this robot's got no arms at all. It opts to ponder whether caffeinated haggis should be sorted with the caffeinated products or the haggis products. Tries to strangle you with his vacuum hose, but you naturally abhor it, so you get away. Wow, they're weak here. Oh, hi. You're from Mystery Science Theater 3000. You're not a Doctor Who thing at all. Ah, hey! There's our drow bard. How's it going? This bright gold robot is responsible for moving around pallets of crates full of nerdy merchandise. It has a scoop on the front for picking up the loose items, 2 bright headlamps, a safety net on the back of its scoop neck, and a powerful hydraulic arms, which frequently malfunction. Tries to strangle you, but its arms won't work. Tries to blind you with its headlamps, but you're too revved up to be blinded by light. Tries to bonk you with a scoop, but you swoop out of the way. Ah. Now I'm imagining this tribe of drow that go around. It's all Mystery Science Theater 3000. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now I know what the first thing I saw was. Okay. Now I'm picturing this tribe of drow that uses drow like Smurfs use Smurfy. It's terrible. Still, better than Smurf Neblin, who tried to do the same thing. That's Smurf Neblin-y. Alright. This robot is responsible for packing Think Nerd products for shipping. It looks kind of like a gumball machine, with a clear globe on top and a red tube with a beak-like intake port in the front. It has a bowl-shaped hover skirt at the bottom. It looks like, in an attempt to anthropomorphize it, the jokers at Think Nerd put 2 useless, slinky-like arms on each side, topped with immobile white rubber hands. I feel like I'm wasting all my buffs. But if I could equip the shirt, that would be so huge. I think that would just help me so much to have a piece of armor. I'm on a quest to discover what a torso is, so I can wear a shirt. Okay, just blast it. This is a package that Think Nerd sent out, but it was returned to sender. Either address is unknown, there was no such number, or possibly no such zone. a plastic replica blaster pistol. This is a painstakingly detailed, yet extremely cheaply manufactured replica of space cowboy smuggler Lohan's trademark weapon. Shoot first and ask questions never. That's what Lohan always said. This item will disappear at the end of the day. Well, that's stupid. It actually does damage. It's definitely Han Solo's blaster because it's got the scope on top. It's always weird. It's always a weird thing about his blaster. Actually, I should just bop them with a pan. Why am I wasting MP casting spells? Inspecting some packages. You finally battle your way through all the robots, who, to be fair, are just trying to do their jobs, and find a big stack of packages ready to be sent out. You sort through them, but there isn't one addressed to Melvin in the pile. The mess you're making, looking for the packages, attracts one of the mover robots. Its headlamps blink on and off as it clanks over and regards the scene. Package disordered, it says, ignoring you, and begins to sort them. Package damaged, it says, holding up one you accidentally ripped in your haste. It tosses the package into a nearby trash can. You wait until the bot is left, then grab the trashed package and pocket what's inside. I mean, it's not stealing if it's trash, right? Except that you're the one who tore it. This is a little capsule toy from distant lands. They're obsessed over there with 5 faction wars. Oh, it's from that peak from earlier. Let's keep going. Bop 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 a doo bop ba dop bam boom. Oh hey, look, it has weaknesses to certain things, and I got robot grease. As I continue to destroy all of this, I sure hope that you have a conveyor belt where you're manufacturing more of these robots, because you're going to need a lot more of them now. You find another big bin of packages, all sorted for mailing, and this time you're a little more cautious rifling through them, so not to attract the attention of any more robots. Sadly, you still can't find any addressed to Melvin, even though you search all the way to the bottom of the bin. Still, it's not a total waste of time. You find a bunch of loose meat in the bottom of the bin. It must have dropped out of someone's package, which is definitely Think Nerd's problem and not yours. You know that Smurfette is not like the other Smurfs? All the other Smurfs were natural. We don't know where they came from. Smurfette was artificial. Gargamel made Smurfette to infiltrate the Smurfs. For some reason. Oh, hey, look, a t-shirt. Ah, that's the t-shirt the guy wanted. Suddenly, I have a brilliant idea. Why you waste your time sorting through all the packages of the warehouse, when all the other people involved in the business have built robots to do that kind of menial work? Nearest available Packer robot, report! A Packer robot hovers up. Packer robot, search packages, search ID, Melvin. Syntax error? Okay. Search packages where address field, Melvin. Searching. Hovers away. A few minutes later, it comes back with his package. Sweet. You open it to find a weird garment that's inside. This is a strange garment with 4 holes. A big hole at the bottom, a small one at the top, and 2 small ones on opposing sides near the top. There's a picture on the front of a pyramid-shaped robot with a plunger and an egg beater sticking out of it. It's improbably menacing Professor What, who has his trademark ionic pliers. Given their weapon loadouts, this fight could take a while. His eyes light up as he sees you carrying the garment, whatever it is. Thanks! I can't wait to try this on. Oh man, I forgot. I don't have a torso. Crap! A what? A torso! I don't have one. It's a place on front between your neck and your waist. I don't really get what you're... Oh, huh. I never noticed that before. I guess since I can't wear this, you can keep it. Especially now that you know where to put it. Da-da-da-da. Okay, we are now aware of our torso. Oh my gosh. Huh. It's got its power of 10 and regenerates 1 to 2 MP per adventure. But now I can put this thing on. 200. Damage absorption 40 and the regeneration effect for some reason. Alright. Unfortunately, my buffs are all gone. I don't think I have the hit points. Even with my shiny new armor, I think we're kind of stuck. I don't think we'll be able to continue. Oh man, look at how much that reduced my damage. Oh, that's so much better. But no, we don't have... We can't fight here. We're not without more buffs. So I've got the broccoli. I think I've got more fish wine for tomorrow. Right? I think. Yes, I do. Okay, we got the fish wine. I'm going to need more buffs. I'm going to need a lot of buffs to pull this off. Where is it? Where's this stupid thingy? There it is. Why doesn't he just grow his own Smurfs to eat? Why does he insist on hunting the... Well, I guess they're free-range Smurfs, so they probably taste better than the kinds he could grow. I guess. I don't know. I don't eat Smurfs, so I wouldn't know. I prefer to eat other tiny people, but not Smurfs. There's something wrong with them. I mean, they're all blue. What's up with that? They're probably poisonous. Probably. Alright, yeah, we're done for today. But tomorrow, with our shirt on, we will dance into the sea and carry on. Oh, and maybe I can finish our spleeny adventures too. Last thing we have to do is drink ourselves under the table. So, I'm going to drink the super alcohols I picked up on the special day. The ones that I beat up the dead to steal from. Yeah. I don't know, I mean, they're okay. They're not the greatest I've ever gotten. I'm going to have adventures wasted, aren't I? Oh, well. We've been 2 hours. I'm done for now. It tastes better than NyQuil. That's pretty terrible. Yeah. I mean, if he had just bred a few hundred of them, he could have probably caught the tribe that we were watching. Anyway, I am done. So until next time and every time, this is Hadriex signing off. Thanks for dropping by. Bye.